What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics. Remember, I started a whole new channel that I'm trying to get subscribers to. It's called Flacco's Sleep Meditation. It's me and a character of mine named Flacco, who sounds a little bit like this. And he does sleep meditations, but they're funny. You're listening to them and you're like, in the beginning, you're like, oh, it's just like a regular sleep meditation. And then he gets totally wacky and super funny. So just YouTube search Flacco's Sleep Meditation and please subscribe. As you saw in the beginning here, make sure you hit the bell on your subscription to this channel, because otherwise you won't get notifications via email that we do new videos. You will if you hit the bell. We're going to discuss the Cortex stack today and what to stack with it. A question came in from a user named Jason. I want to answer Jason's question on air. For those of you that want to buy product and want a deal on product, so like if you're watching this after that or something, after the Cyber Week specials go away, and you just want a deal on product, text us 610-924-7041. Text us what you want and text us that you want a special, and we will work something out for you. If you're going to buy product and you want to make the effort to reach out to us and want a wheel and deal, I love that. I love that, and I respect your capacity to want to do that, and so we'll work something out. So text us at 610-924-7041 at any time about product. If you want to ask questions, you can do that as well at that number. Thanks so much for sticking with me. So we're going to talk about the Cortex stack. Question basically came through with, stacking it with other things. Can you stack it with adrafinil? Can you stack it with aniracetam? Can you stack it with Noopept and, Alcar and whatever? So I want to just break down for those of you that are Cortex users. You guys understand this. I'm sure a lot of you experimented. But for those of you that are thinking about getting Cortex and are just like folks wondering what else to stack it with, I'm going to give you the best suggestions that I figured out over the years taking Cortex and seen with consulting clients and our customers about what stacks really well with Cortex. Number one that stacks really well with Cortex is oxiracetam. Okay, oxiracetam is focus, memory, verbal fluency for some people, resuscitation from sleep deficit brain. And the best dose of oxiracetam that I found is between 300 and 500 milligrams with the Cortex stack. It adds a noticeable stimulation and intensifies the focus that you get from Cortex. The second nootropic to stack with Cortex that seems to work really well for most people is aniracetam in similar doses. So if you take aniracetam with Cortex at between 300 and 500 milligrams, you should get good results. What the aniracetam does is not so much add more focus. Cortex stack is doing that, but aniracetam adds more motivated stimulation to the mix. So it's like you want to work on stuff more. Cortex stack really gets you to kind of want to just like tackle everything, clean your house, do whatever it is you need to do, work for 4 or 5 hours. But stacking aniracetam stimulates motivation in a way where you just want to do things a little bit more. The third compound that stacks really, really well with the Cortex stack is low-dose modafinil. So 30-40 milligrams modafinil with the Cortex stack, and it's probably one of the best combinations in all of nootropic. It'll just get you honed in, dialed in, tapped in, tuned on, ready to go, ready to focus, a lot of mental endurance, a lot of verbal fluency. Generally, the whole brain is lit up when you take that combination. Modafinil with Cortex is incredible. The last combo that I would say for folks experimenting with Cortex is Alcar and theacrine. Okay, so Alcar and theacrine together is an incredible pre-workout. 300 or so milligrams Alcar, 100 to 200 milligrams theacrine. Could take the Alcar dose up to 500, but increment wisely, identify your results, know where you're at, and then go from there in the experimentation to find the right dose. But Alcar theacrine alone, very, very powerful compound. It's almost like caffeine theanine for people in a way, where it's just like this great synergistic focus, but it's a little more stimulant because there's no theanine in there. But theacrine, its stimulation is unlike caffeine in that it does not make you jittery for the most part for most people. So Alcar theacrine, incredibly awesome stack. But if you take the Cortex stack and you add 300 to 500 milligrams of Alcar and 100 to 200 milligrams of theacrine, then your brain performance goes to a completely different level. It's almost modafinil-like, very, very synergistic, very, very powerful combination to stack Alcar theacrine with the Cortex stack. Lastly, as a bonus, I would say for some people, because there's related mechanisms around dopamine, taking a low dose of tyrosine amplifies the effect of the Cortex stack. So you have the Cortex stack, and then you take 100 to 200 milligrams of tyrosine. And for most folks, that works really, really well. It just amplifies the wakefulness promoting effect of Cortex, which is one of the things that it also does, just lights up the brain and allows you to be a lot more stimulated and into your work, and adds a little more dopamine to the mix, because that's one of the things that tyrosine does, for the uridine and the CDP choline in the Cortex stack to work on. So those two are enhancing dopamine receptor densities, enhancing the quality of efficiency within the brain in terms of dopamine signaling. And then as you're adding more dopamine to the mix, all that can do is help. Okay, so stacking tyrosine in low doses of the Cortex is another awesome strategy. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. More content to come soon. We're going to be doing a podcast on fasoracetam, not as a nootropic, but as a sleep aid in the right dose, because it is working well for a lot of folks, and I can't wait to talk about it. That's going to be episode 115 or something on the Cortex Labs Nootropics podcast, which you can find on iTunes. That's going to launch today or tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that thing. If you need a deal on anything, if you're wanting to buy product, I love to interact with people and negotiate with people on purchasing product. Text us 610-924-7041. That will go to either myself and we can work a deal, or it's going to go to Miranda, our clerk, and she works deals. She's a deal maker. She's a very, very awesome chick, very quaint, small, funny nootropics using chick. And she will work deals with you too. But a lot of the times, every message that comes through, I see them too. So a lot of times you'll be dealing directly with me. So 610-924-7041. Text us if you want product and you want to deal. Let's work something out. I am here for you. If you want to buy product, super useful for us, keeps our company going. I will help you and I will work with you. livecortex.com for all the products that are on sale right now. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And we'll talk to you next time.